All right, let's take the pulse of the Cardano ecosystem. We're going to synthesize all the latest updates to really see the big picture of what's going on. Okay, let's just dive right in with probably the most energetic message coming out of the ecosystem right now. And this isn't just some friendly hello. It's a really clear statement of intent about where Cardano is pouring its energy, straight to the developers. You know, that simple call to action is actually just one piece of a much larger puzzle. So we're going to break it down across these 5 key areas to see how everything really fits together in the Cardano world today. So let's start with that call from World Mobile. For those who don't know, they're building the first Layer 3 blockchain specifically for telecom, and they are putting developers front and center. This is such a smart move. I mean, instead of just focusing on lines of code, they're building a whole narrative around the people behind the projects. It's all about humanizing the tech and showing the real-world impact of decentralization. And they're backing this call up with a very clear deadline. The message couldn't be simpler. Builders will move first, latecomers will just wish they had. Talk about a call to action wrapped in a powerful dose of FOMO, fear of missing out. So you've called out for builders, which is great. But how do you get the wider community involved in all this? Well, that's where incentives come in. And Iagon's rewards program is a perfect example of how to do it right. So just by delegating to Iagon stake pools, users can earn this whole diverse basket of tokens. You're spreading your rewards across multiple projects in the ecosystem. You're not just supporting one project, you're kind of powering a whole portfolio. Now, here's what makes this so compelling for users. It's this built-in safety net. They guarantee a minimum return of 2.5%. If the other rewards fall short, they'll top it up with their own token. It's a very clear signal to people that, hey, your participation is always valued. And on top of that, 10% of the ADA from delegation gets used to buy back their own token, the IAG, and reward the delegators even more. This creates this powerful feedback loop that just makes your stake work even harder for you. Pretty cool. Okay, so let's move on and see how all this strategy actually translates into measurable growth. Because, you know, the numbers, they're starting to tell a really compelling story. First up, look at this. Strike Finance has blown past $250 million in total trading volume. And this isn't just some vanity metric. It shows that real, tangible economic activity is happening on the platform. Next, we've got Flow, which just hit a new all-time high for total value locked, or TVL. It's sitting at 11.8 million ADA. Now, this metric, it's a really key indicator of trust and, frankly, how much capital is flowing into a protocol. And because of this surge in activity, Flow is now the 7th largest protocol on Cardano by TVL. That's a huge milestone. It shows it's climbing the ranks and gaining some serious traction within the ecosystem. You know, with all of this growth comes maturity, and a key sign of that is decentralized governance, where the community itself actually gets to shape the future. Let's take a look at what Nuvola just launched. This is such a pivotal moment for any project. It really marks the transition from being led from the center to becoming a true community-owned platform, where the users themselves are in the driver's seat. And it's not a free-for-all. The process is structured in 3 really clear steps. This ensures that ideas are properly vetted by the community before they ever move to a formal, binding on-chain vote. It's a very thoughtful approach to making decisions together. The whole process is bound by clear timelines and participation requirements. And notice that quorum for the final vote, 50% of all staked tokens. This ensures that any decision isn't just a suggestion, it has serious community consensus behind it. Ultimately, it all just boils down to this simple principle. It directly links your financial stake in the platform to your influence over its future. The more skin you have in the game, the more say you have. Simple as that. All right, so for our last section, let's zoom out a bit and see how all this internal momentum is connecting to the broader industry. And, you know, what's coming up next on the horizon. Here you've got the Cardano Foundation CEO highlighting a really key piece of the puzzle. Exchange listings, like the ones on Bitcoin Suisse, they provide critical validation and liquidity. It's a huge sign of external confidence that just fuels that internal growth. And if we look at a key future growth area, gaming, we see projects like Fluxpoint Studios carving out a really unique niche. Think about it. While tons of people are building games, they're building the tools for all those games, specifically with an Unreal Engine SDK. This is such a strategic move. It positions them as a key enabler for the entire gaming ecosystem on the platform. I love this analogy. They're not just playing the game, they're building the entire stadium. So, when you put all these different pieces together, a really clear picture starts to emerge. This is an ecosystem in motion. We've seen a clear call for builders, strong incentives for users, real, measurable growth, and maturing governance models. Each piece is connected, and it's driving the whole system forward. The momentum is it's undeniable. With the builders, the users, and the capital all starting to align, the foundation is really set. So the only real question left is the one you see right here. What's the next major milestone gonna be?